So in this video, we will look at all these topics which are related to finding a job in one of the Atlantic provinces, which can help you with the Atlantic immigration program. So basically, there are two ways to do this. One is you find who the designated employers are and look at their career pages and find a suitable job when it matches. The other way is to find all the jobs that are related to your profession in the province, and when there is a suitable listing in Indeed.ca or LinkedIn, you take the employer name and check this list and see if they're already designated. So designation means that the employers are already aware of Atlantic immigration program and they're already kind of tied up with the province and they understand the process. So they're not surprised that you are not from Canada and you are looking to immigrate. In any case, if you do find a job offer that with an employer that is not designated, you can still talk to them and ask them to get designated. It is not a very complicated process, but it will take some effort from the employer to do that, and they should be willing to do that, and that will help you if you can convince them. But it is preferred to obviously get an offer from a designated employer. So how to find these designated employers? Well, these are officially published by the province itself. So there are 4 provinces in the Atlantic area of Canada, which are aligned with the Atlantic Immigration Program. And you can find this information on their official websites itself. So for New Brunswick, just find, search for them on Google, you'll get the page. So designated employers from New Brunswick. This is the list that they publish. And this is a PDF list. It doesn't have too much information about what kind of jobs are on offer, what kind of job codes are aligned with this or with these companies. It just says that they are designated. In fact, they even say here that the list does not indicate that these employers are hiring. So they are designated, and if they are hiring, then you can find those jobs on their career portal on their websites. And this is a pretty long list, so it's not possible for everyone to look at all these companies and figure out if they have jobs available for you for your skill set. So one way to search this list to shortlist companies is to find related terms. Like if you've been working in your domain for a while, you will know what kind of names your companies will have. For example, if you're a software developer, then most of these companies will have technology as part of the name. So just try finding those names. Understand what kind of companies are there in your domain and who have a presence in Canada, and if they are here in this list. So for example, just find something like this. This sounds like a software company. Just find them out and go to their careers page. Do all these filtering and yeah, search for jobs. And they have another filter here, and just select the region that you're interested in. And so there seems to be one job available here. And again, now we have to see if this matches your profile. So this is one way to shortlist companies and jobs and start applying for them. So one thing to keep in mind is you may not immediately find the suitable job for your profile. You'll have to keep checking over time. These steps will help you stay prepared. So if you're prepared and the opportunity comes along, you're ready to take that opportunity. So this is one way you can shortlist companies. So like this, you'll find multiple technology related companies. You'll have to again search for them, find their career pages, and see if they have suitable jobs. See if they're first of all relevant to your profile and domain. Okay, so just like this, we'll have designated employers for each province. So Prince Edward Island, now they also have a PDF list. Okay, they have a HTML page actually. So all these are the employees directly listed on their page. So make sure that you are getting this information from the correct website. This is their official provincial website, and make sure you're getting the information directly from the province. So similarly, you have for other provinces as well, except for Newfoundland and Labrador. So they have a much more advanced a website where you can actually filter by job code. So 21232 is NOC code for software developers, software engineers, and related fields. They have a good interface where you can filter out all the companies that are designated, which are also hiring for this NOC code. So that is an interesting way to shortlist. And most of the time, the same company would have a presence in the other provinces as well. So you can also use this information to search for designated employees in the other lists. And once again, once you have this information, you'll have to again find their career website and see if you have any relevant openings for you. See open roles. Yeah, so this is what they have. And if this matches, you can apply and hope for the best. So another way to go about this is to first find relevant jobs in the area using job search tools like Indeed.ca or LinkedIn. So let's just take the example of Indeed.ca, and let's take the same example of software developer and find those jobs and see what's available. And let's take the example of this company here, Vimsoft. Are they are they listed in the New Brunswick website? No, they're not listed. So they're not yet designated, but you can still try and then convince them to get designated later on, or during the course of the interview, we can talk about it. Let's take another example, Nordic. Oh, so Nordic Inc. is a designated employer, and they have an available offer or an available opportunity. Now you can check if these requirements match your profile, and then you can simply apply, and you'll know that they are a designated employer, and if things work out, they will know what to do next. You don't have to explain what is Atlantic Immigration Program to them because they are already familiar with the process. So this way you can look for opportunities on your own, and most importantly, you should avoid consultants. There are many consultants who, they promise you jobs, and they take money from you, and they don't really get you the right opportunities. So I don't know what's happening there exactly, but there are many people on Facebook groups who have been waiting for many years for the process to proceed, and they're waiting on the consultant. They're depending on the consultant to give them information about the next steps. The reason I'm making these videos is to make you aware that these steps cannot be skipped. You have to get the job before you go to the next stage of endorsement and settlement services and work permit and PR. This is the first and most important stage in this process. So when you're looking for a job from outside Canada, it's going to be a little more difficult. You need to say, because they know that it's going to take a long time for you to reach there and start working. So your profile and the job domain must be in demand more than someone who's applying from within Canada. So the Atlantic Immigration Program also helps people who are already in Canada, who have studied here in the Atlantic region, and many applicants are from within Canada. There are very few applicants who have been successful from outside Canada, and those jobs are really in high demand and in specific industries. And you should be aware of that. It's not easy, but if you're able to find the right employer and if they have a right opening, then you should take that opportunity and you can try. So in this part of the video, I'll just show you uh, one scam that people are running, where they offer you jobs and they take money from you and they don't do anything about it. And there are people who are waiting for you for many years expecting something in return for their money, and the consultants, so-called consultants, they just vanish. They're giving the legitimate consultants a bad name, and you should remember that you should not pay for this at all. You should find the employer directly if possible, and be in touch with the employer at all times, because they are the ones who will help you with the process of Atlantic Immigration Program. This is an employer-driven program. First step is to find the job, and then the employer will help you after that. And it's important for you to know the steps of the process so that you stay aware and no one can cheat you. So here is an example of the Telegram link that people randomly share in Facebook chat groups, where they offer work permit and visa through the Atlantic Immigration Program, and then ask you to join a Telegram group. And many people join these groups. This is what one of those Telegram groups look like. And they say they offer immigration recruitment services. And here's an example of one of the posts by the admin of that group. So this is what they promise, and they will make it look like a very legitimate operation until they take your money, and then they will just delete the group and walk away. So here is an example of how much they demand from you, and you see the wordings here. This is what they promise you, and these are the charges that they take from you. $700 before service begins, $1,000 after your first salary in Canada. So you feel that okay, you're just paying a little bit now, and then the rest of it you'll pay later. But they are mostly happy with the $700 itself. When you pay them the $700, they will take it and go. And why I believe that this is a scam is because of the names that they've used, the photos that they've used for creating the admin profile for this Telegram group. So the admin's name in this case is Janie Chloe, is what is mentioned here. And the profile photo they have used is from somebody else. You can use tools like Google reverse search or Yandex image search. These are the images that they've used for the profile picture of the administrator account of the Telegram group. These are the pictures they've used. Okay, let's look at these two pictures. Now I did a reverse image lookup using these two pictures, and I was able to find the real person from whom they have stolen these pictures. And their name is not Janie Chloe as mentioned in the administrative account. Using Google image search, you can go to google.com and do an image search and just drag and drop that image into this box, and you'll be able to find the image source, like which is the best match available on the internet. Many times it will not work, but most of the times it will work. You can use Google search, or there's another website called Yandex image search. You can use that as well. Sometimes it works better with one of the websites. And I was able to find the actual LinkedIn profile of the person from whom they stole these pictures. Once I found the name, I could find the other pictures as well. They have an article published with their name, and you know that it is not the name that is mentioned in the administrative account. This kind of shows that there is some suspicious activity going on in that Telegram group, and you should avoid it. I've seen many Telegram groups like this, and most of the time, if there is no website or a proper email address to contact them, no phone number to contact them, no address on the ground in Canada, you simply have to avoid them. And what happens after Janie Chloe takes your money and runs away? They will delete the group, and you will not be able to find that group again. So here's an example of a group that I joined later on. I had the link earlier, and I tried joining it again later on after the group got deleted. They removed all the members. So here you can see there are only 69 members because they removed all the members who had already joined this group. And you can see that this image is being reused here as well, and they're using part of the name again. In the other group, it was Janie Chloe, and in this group, they're calling themselves Chloe Gagno. It's the same kind of pattern that they're following in this group as well. So, in short, you should avoid all these Telegram groups where there are people who claim to offer you jobs. One more point about these Telegram groups is that they will have other participants in that scam who appear to be applying for jobs as well. So you will join this group, and then you will just be observing what's happening for the first couple of days. And you will see someone thanking the admin, saying, "Thank you for the job. Thank you for helping me get to Canada." And a lot of other people will congratulate each other, and many people are celebrating. You will see all this joy and happiness, which is again part of the scam. They create that perception that this is a real consultant, and they're actually going to deliver on what they're promising. And once they get the money from you, they will vanish. That is for sure. So be aware and all the best.